Hello everybody, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly twin flame reading for the week of March 11th to the 17th. Last week I wasn't able to put all 3 readings up, just the twin flame weekly, because there was a lot of work that I had to do, and that left me really tired. Okay, but anyway, I'm glad that this week we have some time, hopefully, to do all 3 readings. And thank you for all your comments and your likes, especially those who love my doggies. Of course, if I always super appreciate that, and they give a woof woof for all your compliments regarding them. Okay, so anyway, let's get on ahead with the reading. As always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them, and at the bottom of the deck we have here, oh, I forgot my crystal helpers, but anyway, no, I'm not going to put them on. That's fine. Right now, my main helpers are these sunstones. I have a ton of them, and I just love them because they fully complement the burgeoning energy of spring. We're leading up to the spring equinox, and in other parts of the world, I'm sure that while it is still cold, that the snow is melting. But these sunstones, if you're not familiar with them, I suggest you get one, because they're like an instant burst of happiness. I got around a pound of them. Okay, I had them shipped from the US. They're from Oregon, but I think you can find sunstones in other parts of the world. But they, of course, you program them, and I cleansed them, and they have a different energy after you cleanse and energize them with Reiki, and you program them to help. And that's why I have the whole lot of them here, because they give such a high vibe energy that is almost instant. I also have a pendant and a bracelet. Yeah, maybe I should use that. Wait a minute. Here. There. Okay, I'm gonna use that. So anyway, that is a recommendation. I'm not selling any of this stuff, but it's really, it's something amazing to draw instant joy from, especially when you're out in the world and there are a lot of negative Nancy's or whatever you call them, and I was challenged with that in the office last week. Very challenging. But my helpers, my assistants, and they've done a great job. Okay, so again, let's get on with the reading. So at the bottom of the deck, for both twins, we have here the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. Okay, let's start with the 4 of Pentacles. I just opened the other card for context. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles, this indicates that the reading here is focused on what both twins currently possess. Okay, so because this is a card of hoarding, okay, it's clinging on too much to what you already have. But look, both twins are giving that a rest now. It's time for a rest, and it's time for healing. Because in the process of really being so focused on your possessions, what you currently have, and not wanting to let go of that, because there is uncertainty on what will take its place. It's like in science, okay, the laws of volume, that it's neither lost, but it can only be displaced. Okay, that's in case of matter, fluid matter. Okay, you have a glass of water, it's half full, and if you pour more water on it, that just displaces the original mass of the water, right? And you have a full glass. And so that's it. Giving that a rest, giving a rest on just the basis of what they currently have, okay? Because here, there is a focus on regeneration. You see, the Empress is the epitome of fertility and abundance and prosperity. So, when you're not focused on what is left, what you currently have, and it may not be replaced anymore, and there are thoughts like that running through your head, then this is a good thing that they're giving this a rest, because the focus in that is that on the universe will provide. So if you have a business venture that didn't quite pan out, if you have a relationship that didn't work out in the long run, if you had a hope that you were clinging on to and it's not, it doesn't seem viable anymore, there are new things coming in. That's what the focus is on, okay? See, because we have here the Fool card after the Empress. So it's a building of new things that are based on the more positive end of the energetic spectrum and not based on fear. Because remember, in order to manifest, you manifest the energy that you vibrate with the most. Now, this Four of Pentacles, when other folks really focus on, this is the energy of exclusion. Because you want to keep on saving, preserving, and thinking, but the underlying thought is that there won't be any more. So it is a thought of limitation, which a lot of twins right now are discarding, and rightfully so, because it's time here, okay, to regenerate again. And recently I got into not really gardening, but really plants and all that. I've always been an urban dweller, and I love trees. But most recently, I've got into flowering shrubs. I didn't really mind it before, because here in a tropical country, it's very hard to make flowers bloom unless they're tropical flowers, okay? And they're very elusive and or delicate, like orchids, very hard to really grow. But recently I discovered these bougainvilleas, okay? And I'm going to show you a little bit of the flowers that I have right now, because they bloom all year long. They love the sun, and there's a bonsai version which I just discovered, okay? Because the full-grown version of the bougainvillea, it's like a vine. It becomes a canopy. It becomes really, really big. But these bougainvillea versions are very much manageable and give so much flowers. So now I just filled the balcony with those flowers, and every morning, even if this was a secret longing of mine. I've never really gotten a whole lot of flowers for Valentine's Day, for other occasions, and but now it brings me joy to see that Gaia gives. And every morning, even if the old flowers, it's so fast, wait around a week, 2 weeks, and they're in full bloom again. And I enjoy seeing these cycles pan out, because not only does it do great for patients, but it's also an affirmation that patience and doing what you need to do during that span of time when things are still not in bloom, it eventually will be rewarded. Okay, so there, at least that mindset. The twins are both the divine masculine, divine feminine, embodying that mindset. And see, that's why there's the two swords there. Really trying to gauge the direction that they will tackle on next. After this, letting go of that hoarding energy and opening oneself up to the abundance and the opportunities that the universe will give them. Okay, let me see. What is the card after that? Do I have to read it? Well, yeah, because here we have the King of Pentacles, and that just explains what you are deciding about. Okay, the new direction that you want to go to next. Okay, now with that in mind and with that as context, let's move on to the Divine Masculine. Okay, we have here first the Queen of Swords, the Prince of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Wow, Divine Masculine has the Ten of Swords here. So we start here with the Queen of Swords. Okay, the energy that I'm getting from the Divine Masculine as a collective is that they are now on their way to maturing. Okay, they have been initiated, and that has been brought on largely in part by the collective efforts of the Divine Feminine, and that was not an easy task, you know, because while there was a hope for the by the Divine Feminine that the Divine Masculines would really level up their frequencies to the same level that the Divine Feminines have achieved, the Divine Masculines have lagged behind. But as you can see, if you follow my readings, it has been a process from their awakening, their initiation, and now it's trickling down to their eventual emotional maturity. Because the Queen of Swords, number one, she's very mature. She's not as playful. You know how a lot of sometimes I read comments, and well, not even in the twin flame community, but just, you know, male-female relationships in general, complaints that the man was a player, or, you know, very playful energy led them on, and so on and so forth. This is maturing, now using their heads, now more cognizant and conscious of the consequences of how they act. And so here he is, the Queen of Swords, wanting to really cut out the things that he may do that have hurt other people. But I will read this card separately, but since this is below the Queen of Swords, so that's what he's doing right now. And it is, I say it is with as regards emotional maturity, because here we have the Prince of Cups, and this is the card that I was describing earlier, wherein what is the word? I can't conjure up the word, but what I want to say is that, you know how men, they're very flirty, they're very when they are in the game, let's say even the dating game, they're very indiscriminate with showing their affections, because the old template was one of conquering, and that was the goal. Okay, they're attracted to a woman, so they say the things that would make her feel complimented and cherished, and whatever they perceive that the female wants to hear. And that's this card here, this Prince of Cups, this offering of affection, compliments. That's the best foot forward. But remember, in the old template, in the old paradigm wherein the divine masculine wasn't awakened, it was to the end of conquering and dominance, okay? Because they saw the divine feminine, well, they didn't realize it was she was a divine feminine, as a prize, okay? It was more of an object to be won, a quest to be conquered. And really, divine masculines, as you may have noticed in prior readings, they're realizing that they should have put much more thought into it, what they were getting into, and not just getting the prize, whether it's to just to establish a family, be in a relationship, have a companion. Because, you know, they've been dealing with the consequences of just this indiscriminate show of affection and love, okay? And showing of love, really. So here, they are emotionally maturing in that aspect, and really using their heads in conjunction with their higher hearts, okay? And there is a distinction here, because if for those who have not been initiated into the mysteries of the divine mysteries, okay, and the High Priestess card comes to mind, this is often the advice that use your head, not just your heart, right? But now in 5D, in the new earth, we're being advised to do everything through the heart. But the thing is, that advice applies to using your higher heart, okay? Not the ordinary heart, because the higher heart is more encompassing, and has more wisdom and understanding than just plain emotions. So I'm talking about semantics here, because I might be misunderstood, okay? Because this card says use your heart, your head over your heart when it comes to the divine masculine. But this must be taken in the context of them using their higher heart, the initiated, the opened heart, which is why I have the heart chakra Reiki. And a lot of you have been getting that for yourselves, and that's all well and good. But if you want to assist the divine masculines so that they can get to this stage of really emotionally maturing, then it is best that you assist them with that, the higher heart chakra Reiki for them, okay, and not just for you. Of course, it's great because if you get for both of you, okay. So look, because here he now recognizes the value of waiting, okay. And this is connected to that the point I was making earlier in waiting for the flowers to bloom, the patience regarding that. Here, before, in the old paradigm, he was very much into the conquering mode, and time was of the essence. You had to get there first. It was like a contest. But now, here, he's being very guarded with what he chooses to give others, how he chooses to show affection, to show love, okay? So this is a card of waiting and defense. It is the gatekeeper, so to speak. Not just anyone will be able to come through. Okay, why? Precisely because he's now more discerning emotionally. Because that's when the Ten of Swords comes in. His rash decisions, his indiscriminate show because it was based on the wrong motivations, okay, has brought him a lot of pain and heartache. And not only him, because of his rashness, it goes the other way too. He has hurt a lot of people, and he wants to really remedy this or remove it, okay, obliterate it, because that is not part of the future that he envisions for himself. Remember, he is in a choice, and so in conjunction with this, remember, this may be what he decides on what he currently has. Remember, before, very close, doesn't want to let go, didn't want to let go of what he currently had because he didn't know what else was to come. But he's opening his mind now, okay, to let new things in, new people in, new situations in. And when I say new, don't get all panicky and, you know, thinking that he'll fall in love with someone else, even if you've waited all this time for the karmic and all that for him to really break ties with the karmic. It doesn't work that way, okay? When we say new, it's like it could be a new way of seeing you, because now he's worked on his mind. Remember, that was the a hurdle, a big hurdle for the divine masculines, because they're really work with their heads, you know, very logical, analytical, and because of the conquering mentality. But they've surpassed that. So now they're going, remember, from the crown, they're working their way down. And now these are emotions, heart, okay, working to the heart chakra. And now, well, there are a lot of messages. This might be longer than I expected. Anyway, so here we have 22. See, that's 11 plus 11. So really working their way up to matching the frequency of the divine feminine. And in this card, we see here that he has a projector, and he's projecting here the divine feminine, who has a message for him. Okay, but look, this is his ideal now. Okay, he's seeing that now, he's projecting it from his store of the various images, and these are the images of various people that he is currently curating, okay, just like, you know, his virtual friends list in Facebook, and you're unfriending some other people. But here there is a focus now on who he wants to be with. This is the divine feminine, okay, and who has a message for him, and now he's looking in her direction. So that's good in the context of this being very in his how do you say it, when you filter in his filtering of his emotions, he's getting here a visual of the divine feminine and what he wants vis-a-vis what he doesn't want and what he got into. Okay, so let's get on with the divine feminine. First card we have for her is the Emperor card. Next card we have the Sun card. Then we have the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Lover's card. Okay, very nice cards for the divine feminine. She starts off with the Emperor card. Again, the Emperor card still doing what needs to be done to get all aspects of her life in balance, in place. Now, when you have the Emperor card, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're on top of your game, okay? Your game as a multidimensional being, okay? And not just, you know, your game as a human. Because remember, you exist in various dimensions, right? And in that, if this was pertaining merely to your existence in here 3D, this would be, yes, making sure that all the errands have been run, all the goals that you've set, you have travel goals, you have fitness goals, they're right on track. Yes, that could be it. But this means that you are in the process of really fixing all those, making them, it's like multitasking. If you're preparing a feast, like a Thanksgiving feast, everything is prepped, ready to cook. There's some that's simmering in the oven. This is the energy that oversees all that. Okay, and this is related to the success that you will have in those efforts. Okay, because this would be the underlying energy of the Emperor card, and this indicates success in all your ventures. So for the Divine Feminines, whatever you're doing, just keep on doing it. If you're doing it from the proper motivations, which I mentioned earlier, would be coming from your higher heart. Okay, and if your higher heart isn't opened yet, we'll ask you check out the heart chakra Reiki, or just to make sure that it's operating at optimum speed, right? So here, and here we have the Sun card. The next card we have for the Divine Feminines is the Seven of Swords. Now, this is the Thief card. You can see here that this boy is just running out of his tent in the dead of the night, and he's left 2 swords behind, but he has several swords that he wants to take with him. So what is this saying? Number one, there will be, as regards to some situations, that there will be clarity as regards some situations wherein you have been kept in the dark of, right? So that is clarity regarding that, situations which you didn't know existed. So this is it. On the one hand, there will some light will be shed on situations that you couldn't fully appreciate and couldn't gauge your reactions or actions for. Meaning, because look, and this is why full disclosure oftentimes is very much is valued, okay? Because we have free will, but to some extent, if you don't have all the facts before you, if you are at a dearth of information, you cannot make an informed choice. You cannot exercise your free will properly because you didn't have all the facts in front of you. But here is an opportunity, while she is fixing her life, to make better informed decisions. What stays, what goes, what she will take moving forward. Okay? And of course, this also pertains to, see, just taking what she needs as far as her love life is concerned. And when I talk about love life, because this is the Lover's card, so this is more weightier, this not more weightier, okay, that's redundant, that's weightier, okay, than just your love life as humans would view it, okay, because this is the whole of how you view your existence, your relationship, whether it's with other people, whether it's with the divine, whether it's with the planet Earth. how that affects that. Because you are fixing house, clearing house, okay? Just taking what you need because you want to move faster. You want things to be clearer moving forward. Okay? So that's what the Divine Feminines have been up to. And, oh no. See, there were a lot of messages here. So, that's just about it. Okay? Now, for the Divine Feminine, here we get the card that really depicts balance. Like I said, the Divine Feminines have reached a certain level in their personal development, in their ascension journey. And you can see here this circus performer. He's balancing this woman by the neck. Okay, and the woman is also balancing herself inside the circle. And behind, you can see all these frames that depict the strength. These are various pictures of the strength card in, I think this is Ciro Marchetti's decks, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so strength, balance, grace. It is, well, so in balancing, hold on, okay, in balancing all these things that you want to accomplish, which you have impending success for, okay, the Divine Feminine is doing this with balance and grace, and more importantly, at the backdrop is strength. Okay, and you have to keep all those at optimum levels in order to really be successful in this balancing act. And I know they told me earlier and I forgot to mention it. The Lover's card, right? I said, I was saying earlier that this is all encompassing, and what I failed to say, which now they're reminding me, was that this includes the love of yourself. Okay, so this could be balancing everything so that there is just pure love emanating from you. Remember, twin flames, you are beacons, you are amplifiers of love, and of course, it works all the better if your energies are high. If there's something that gets you down, then you have to do something you have to transmute that energy so that you get back up to the high energy again, which is why I have all these sunstones and why I was called to really make them assist us in this reading. Because of this. See, you have the sun, you have sunstones. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a card in the middle. Okay. Okay, see here, we have the Star card. And this is a very good card to tie the energy of both twins, because the Star card denotes not only hope, it is hope. You know, for the lost travelers, lost wayfarers, seafarers, not wayfarers, that's shades, right? Lost seafarers, they navigate using the constellation, the stars. I forget what you call that kind of compass, but it's using the stars. And oftentimes in the blackness of the night and the sea, if you're out at sea and it's totally dark, all you can see is the stars, unless your boat, your vessel, has lights. And that's how you know which direction, because, you know, there are no stoplights, signs, traffic lights, signages, turn left at the next freeway, whatever. This is the next exit. Nothing like that when you're out at sea. And sometimes our journey here on Earth makes it feel that way. And here we have this hope card. And this is not only hope, as I said earlier, this also relates to destiny and the divine blueprint as it relates to twin flames. So there is a revived hope there, okay, as regards both twins, because they are in the process of releasing their possessiveness, their of the situation of certain people, things, releasing that hoarding energy and opening themselves up to much more that is on offer. Okay, so that's what I have for you this week. And spring equinox is around like next week, I think. Anyway, what I would recommend as far as energetic tools go right now is the advanced RASHEEBA for those for twins, because now we're entering a period wherein you want to get the, as usual, when I cut the cards. Anyway, there was the Empress card here, right? And that is the energy of the coming spring equinox. And you want yourself to be cleared. And this is the fastest, the strongest way to clear that energy. It's to prepare you to claim this success. Okay? And look, he's opening up his heart now. So that's all well and good. So do consider that. And I have a new offering, except I didn't make the peg for it. And I will explain to you. This is the Blue Moon Isis Reiki. Okay. Right now, over here in this part of the world, it's getting very hot. And as a starseed, I find it very, very challenging, really, which is why it drains me of so much energy, because of the heat. Okay, especially if you are also a starseed, other than a twin flame. Wait, it's a damper on your energy. But this Blue Moon Isis Reiki, it's very good, because it's a very cool energy. It's recommended to use for healings as regards inflammation, and usually during the summers. I did this last year, but I forgot to offer it to all of you. When you call in that Isis Reiki energy, it's like you have a bubble. And I think in Australia it's very hot right now in that part of the world. Okay, and over here in Asia, it's starting to get really, really hot. Okay, there's a bubble of energy. It's like you have an air-conditioned bubble, even if it's truly hot outside, once you call that energy in. And this is the energy that they asked me to use when we were at the beach, and Maximus, my dog, had heat stroke. I didn't know he had too much sun then, and because he was shivering. And I was thinking, should I do RASHEEBA on him? Okay, because, fire, flames, right? But at the back of my head, they were whispering Blue Moon Reiki, the Blue Moon Isis Reiki. But I couldn't reconcile that with my human mind, because he's shivering. That means he's cold. If I use this, then if I use the Blue Moon Isis Reiki, wouldn't that make him colder? But apparently I should have used it, because when I got back here, and we had Wi-Fi, internet there in the beach, out in the wherever, we didn't have electricity and Wi-Fi and all that. Apparently it was a sign of heat stroke, the shivering, and I should have used the Blue Moon Isis Reiki. So that's just another instance wherein they were giving me the answers and I wasn't really listening. But in any case, in case you're worried, he's fine, okay? And that's what I have for you this week. Take care, everyone. And I'll see you, okay? Bye.